Hey, welcome up. Let me turn some lights on. Let's turn some lights on. All right. Let's go live. All right. Might as well be early. A little few minutes early. Better than being late, huh? All right. I see myself on. All right. All right. All right. One person's in here. Welcome, everybody. I'm just going to came on a few minutes early. Try to never be late. Always be a little early. Oh, they got off. Okay. Somebody didn't want to stay. Okay. All right. We'll just wait. Looking over some Old Miss stats. Nobody's in here. I'd like to thank Southeastern 16 for picking us to get beat by 4 touchdowns because they don't look at stats. So, come on in. All right, we got one person. All right. What we got here? Set my camera up. Let's talk some football. Come on in. I'll let everybody get in here. I'm on a few minutes early. Might as well be early. So, 2 people. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. I'm just looking at Ole Miss stats. Yeah, that 63-7 is fool's goal. Okay, we will have videos coming out on that, and they didn't play as well as they think they did, but that's okay. All right, guys, come on in. All right, everybody, I listen to Mark Stoops. I listen to Lane Kiffin. I watched the Ole Miss game. I listened to their post-game radio show. I did so much research for you guys. I know I should just be like Southeastern 16 today, just come on and just say whatever. Hey, we're going to get beat by 4 touchdowns, even though in Vegas it's 10.5. Okay. Yeah, just say whatever's on my mind. It doesn't have to be correct. Facts are optional. Okay, I'm live, guys. Come on in. Come on in. All right, who's here? Dad, you here? Fish? Anybody? 5 people. Come on in, guys. I came on a little bit early. Why not come in early, hey? Right? We'll talk about the game. I've listened to Mark Stoops. I listened to Lane Kiffin. I watched Old Miss and Georgia State, and I listened to their post game. I did all kinds of stuff. Like I was saying before, some of you are just getting in here. I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. I should do no prep and just do what most channels do and just come in and just whatever I think on the top of my head, I'll just say it. We are a 10.5-point underdog for Ole Miss. Bet that right now for us to cover that 10.5 because we're going to cover it, and I will tell you why. So, all right, who's in here? Speak up. I got 3 people. Come on, speak up, guys. How you doing? There's 3 of us in here. By God, 3 of us can talk football. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's talk about the game. We won the game. You'd have thought we lost the game. Listen to our fan base. You're like, did we win that game? I mean, damn it. You said we lost. Our fan base cracks me up, man. I sometimes I love us, but man, come on in, guys. What's going on? Can everybody hear me? Is it because you can't hear me? Can everyone hear me? I'm going to type something. Can you? Well, I'm not typing because there we go. I'll make sure because last time I was sitting here talking during the game. Oh, there's Big Blue Breakdown. Oh, thank you, brother. Oh man, I liked your Cole Kublik chart today. I like Cole Kublik. That's a smart dude. And yeah, I got a video coming out tomorrow where I broke down. Well, it's about Zach Calzada, but it's really about our offense. I broke down our offense, and I'm gonna put out some grades here in a minute. But it wasn't Zach Calzada. It wasn't all Calzada's fault. I can just tell you right now, the wide receivers, I gave them a D. I changed it to an F. Okay. I got a new name for Hardly Gilmore, Hardly Open, because that guy dropped that touchdown. And I know the guy that's going to go into the NFL was on him, but man, he could not get open. We had guys that could not get open. And once I went back and watched the game a second time, I was like, oh, this is why, we'll talk about when everybody gets in here. But the wide receivers played worse than the quarterback. I can just tell you, watching. I just watched the game and I just looked at the routes they were running. And man, every time somebody bodied them. And why the hell did we not put J.J. Hester back in that game? The guy's 6'5". He jumped up and got a pass, which was a bad call, by the way. His elbow was out of bounds. I've never heard that call in any level of football. His foot, you only have to get one foot in, was not down, but his elbow. They looked at that for like 15 minutes. I don't know what you guys thought. Come on, man. You can't overturn a call if you sit there for 15 minutes. So anyway, yeah, we got to play Stellato and we got to play Hester more because we'll talk some more. But man, there were people who were not open, could not get open, did not get open. Kendrick Law did not have a catch, and he just gave. If anybody put a body on him, he just gave up. He had a long route where Calzada threw, and it looked like he was overthrown. But when you watch the route, as soon as the defensive back starts muscling him, he just stops running. And, when I was watching, I thought, well, damn, he overthrew him. Now, he didn't overthrow him. He threw the ball to where he was supposed to be. He just gave up once the guy put his, started getting muscly with him. And I'm like, man, disappointed, guys. Disappointed. Hamden has to get Zach. Yes. Well, you know what, dude? I got a video coming out tomorrow night. Now it's on Zada. You're gonna see people who have two hands on the ball drop it. Seth McGowan, I did not remember this. For a first down, it hit him. He had his hands up. It hit him. It was like a 8-yard pass. It hit him right in his hands, and he dropped it. And I saw that, man. If you get two hands on the ball in the SEC, you better damn well, or the NFL, you better damn well catch it. And that was our problem. We got wide receivers that, man, they're going to have to figure out a rotation because Stellato and Hester has got to play. I mean, he jumped up and caught that, and you didn't even have him back. I don't even know if he was back in the game, maybe on a couple of possessions, but not many. So we are a 10.5-point underdog. Bet that, right? I said bet the 7.5 on Toledo. Bet that 10.5 right now. We are not going to. Listen, I'll give you 7 people. When we get in here, we'll talk about Ole Miss. 63-7, Fool's goal. They got a tape coming out on them. You're going to see their offensive line did not play well. Their quarterback threw 2 interceptions, 2 picks, and I'm going to show you, yes, we can stop these guys. They didn't show anything now. I'm sure they got some waiting for us, but they ain't going to come in there and their offensive line's not going to have their way with our defensive line, okay? That's not going to happen. And I'll show you. I've got a tape on Calzada, and then I got a tape on Austin Simmons coming out. I'll probably do that one on Thursday. We'll probably have a live on Wednesday. But, yeah, I'm going to show you. We're going to go over it. And, unlike other channels, like I wish somebody from Southeastern 16 would get in here because, dude, they just come on and picked us to get beat by 4 touchdowns by Ole Miss. I'm like, man, you guys ever look at any stats, Let me just tell you a little secret. I got 7 people in here. So since there's only 7 people in here, there's a little secret about Ole Miss. Georgia State got how many? 191 yards rushing on Ole Miss. Okay. You think they're going to come in there and they got 100. You think we can't get 191 yards on them? And then you're going to sit there and say we're going to lose about 4 touchdowns. Okay. All right. You really know a lot about football, Southeastern 16. Yeah, I'm glad. I hope you pick against us all year. They could not stop the run. Now, they stopped the pass. Georgia State, barely an FCS school. I mean, they're awful. And, so, yeah, we're going to be able to run on these guys. And their offensive line couldn't protect him against Georgia State. Good luck with Gusta and Humphrey Grace, who's banged up, but he's going to play. Good luck against our guys. And, yeah, bet the 10.5 right now because their offensive line had to stay. And they kept Simmons and the offensive line in the game, even though it was a blowout, late into the 4th quarter because they were trying to get them to play as a unit, and they weren't playing that well. Even though you look at the score, you go, well, damn, they won 63-7. Yeah, but I'm going to show you the tape on it, and you're going to see, yeah, their wide receivers were able to outrun the defensive backs and get open. He didn't hit them because they were covered. So we'll talk about all that. But, tomorrow is Zach Calzada. Was it his fault, the offense? And the answer for you people just getting in here is no. I watched the game again. Our wide receivers, I gave him a D. I downgraded it to an F. I'll show you my grades here in a minute. I changed some of my grades. Van Hiles was on KSR, the video they did today. And, he was a player. And he was talking about Bush Hampton and offensive coordinators, why they were calling passes when we got across the 50. And he was saying, they're going to stack the line. We're going to have to pass the ball. People that get on the Bush Hampton, it was not Bush Hamden's fault, and we'll talk about it when everybody gets in here. Our receivers, Hardly Gilmore. I got a new name for him, Hardly Open, because he was never open, and he dropped that touchdown pass. Dude, it was worse when I watched it the second time. We had guys dropping passes. What's up, Curtis Mosier? What do you think about the Ole Miss game? Yeah, I think we have a chance to win. Don't listen to these people on Southeastern 16, because I'm going to tell you why we're going to win. You just got in here, Curtis. Georgia State 63-7, right? You say, well, damn, they blew their door. No. Austin Simmons threw 2 interceptions. He threw one of them because he got hit. They were getting pressure on Austin Simmons. Okay, Georgia State was. I've got a film coming out. I'm going to do Zach Calzada tomorrow. Then we'll probably have a live on Wednesday. And then I'll do Austin Simmons, and you're going to see all this. Ole Miss, Georgia State ran for 191 yards. So you think we're going to be able to run on them? Same thing I said about Toledo, guys. If we can run on you, you're in trouble. I think we'll do better. Oh, yeah, we'll be better. Posse's back here. What's up, man? Not being on Calzada should have Tom Brady. What? The bad thing about it's not being on Calzada should have Tom Brady wouldn't have make a difference. Look, guys, you're going to see a video tomorrow. Zach Calzada. It's really about the offense, and I'm going to show you some possessions, and you're going to see our receivers drop balls, not fight for the ball. Why they didn't put J.J. Hester back in there? Listen, Kendrick Law was on a long route, and he's listed as 5'10". He's probably about 5'8", and he was running down one-on-one on a long route, and as soon as the defensive back put his body on him, he stopped running. He slowed up. You're going to see it. And the ball went in the end zone. Well, we all thought, well, damn, he overthrew him. No, he didn't overthrow him. He threw the ball to where Law should have been, but Law didn't fight for it. We can't have that. If you can't fight, Hardly Gilmore. I mean, look, the guy, to be fair, that guy's going to NFL. That cornerback, they talked about that after the game, Matt Jones. But damn, dude, when you get a ball that hits you, on that one long pass, that 50-yard pass to him in the end zone where he got behind everybody and he got 2 hands on the ball, you got to catch that. In the NFL and in the SEC, you get 2 hands on a ball, you got to catch it. So we had Seth McGowan, a first down. He put his hands up, a 10-yard pass. It hit him right in his hands. He doesn't usually drop passes. I didn't remember that one. So tomorrow we'll have a video coming out. We'll watch, and you're going to see it was not the offensive. Look, the offensive coordinator cannot go out there and make you catch a ball and make you fight for a ball. You got to go up and fight for the ball. And if you're not going to fight for it, I know Kendrick Laws are starting slot receiver, F receiver, and Stellado's behind him, but you got to put Stellato in more. And you got to put Hester in there. That catch that Hester made, and they called him out of bounds because they said his elbow was out of bounds. I've never even heard that. His foot came down. It's 1 foot in college. His foot came down in bounds. You look at a play for 15 minutes, and then you say his elbow was out of bounds. That was a bad call, but there's nothing we could do about that. The bonehead safety. Okay, now the Calzada, the safety was all on him. It was a run-pass option. You got to hand the ball off. Like I said, at least he took the safety and he didn't try to throw it or anything. But, yeah, that was on him. But some of these passes are not on him. Overthrowing people because you can't hand fight and get off of a route, I didn't like it. You're going to see it tomorrow. Our wide receivers have to play better. Hardly Gilmore should hardly be playing because he was hardly open. Look, put Hester in there. He's 6'5", and he fought for that one ball and got it, even though it was out of bounds or whatever they call it. Look, that guy's got to play. He's our tallest receiver, and he sure as hell can go up. And we have to hand fight people. You got to win the one-on-ones, and we didn't win hardly any of them. The Rodriguez fumble was bad. That one started a chain where we turned it over 3 times in a row. So, yeah, Big Blue Breakdown. I'll see you later. Hey, brother, thanks for coming by. I'll come on anytime I see you on. Hey, thank you for coming by. Big Blue Breakdown. Good job. If you haven't seen his video, go watch his video today. He had a Cole Kublik chart that was really good. I like Cole Kublik. He said we didn't play as bad as we thought we did. I went back and watched our game, guys, the second time, and I looked at the receivers, and you're going to see a video tomorrow that I'm going to put out about Zach Calzada, and you're going to see how bad our wide receivers played because it was worse than I thought it was. We were dropping passes. Come on. You get 2 hands up right to people, and then guys were giving up on routes and getting out physical. Law did not have 1 catch. He had a really long, that one we were just talking about, one really long pass. And as soon as he was one-on-one with the defensive back, and as soon as the defensive back muscled him up, he slowed up, and then the ball sailed over his head. And we all thought, well, damn, he overthrew him. Now, he didn't overthrow him. He threw the ball to where Law should have been, but Law just stopped as soon as he got some contact. Dude, you can't do that. Okay, that was the knock on Kendrick Law at Alabama, is he can't run routes. Look, stop running that little jet sweep. If you're going to have him in the game blocking, that's fine. But throw him a 2 or 3 yard pass like we did Wan'Dale Robinson. Don't get him out there running down the field, because he's listed at 5'10", but he doesn't look 5'10" to me. I don't know what you guys think. And it doesn't matter how fast you are if you give up on a route. So he disappointed me a lot. And, you know, I really didn't like that Curtis. I wasn't all on the quarterback. No, it wasn't all on the quarterback. Yeah, look, on the safety, guys, I'm going to show you tomorrow on the safety. Here's what happened. They started creeping up to blitz. I mean, they were bringing the house, and it spooked Calzada. And he changed it from a handoff. It was an RPO. It was a run pass option. He should have handed it off, but he got spooked. You can see him. He looks at the people creeping up, and it's going to be they're bringing the house. And he thought he was going to outsmart him. And that dude was not even blocked, and he did not outsmart him. So, look, that was just a bad decision on his part. Hopefully he will do better. I think he will. Lane Kiffin's press conference today, you know, he's not going to badmouth us. I like Lane Kiffin, by the way. Yeah, he said Zach Calzada can still play well, and I agree. Yeah. Look, guys, everybody's playing together. You know, they won 63-7, but they didn't, you know, blow that team out as bad as you think they did, because I got a video on them coming up. They gave up 191 yards rushing to Georgia State. Okay, I want you to think about that. We are a 10.5-point underdog. Go bet that right now. I told you to bet the 7.5 when it got down to 7.5 on Toledo. I'm telling you right now, take that 10.5 right now, because it's going to be a closer game than that. Their offensive line did not play well at all. Austin Simmons got hit through 2 picks in the first quarter. One of them he got nailed on because they couldn't block. So their offensive line is a work in progress. And I know Southeasterns, everybody's picking us to lose by 4 touchdowns, and they're going to be mad. Be mad about half our team. 30 of our players weren't even on that team. 30 of Ole Miss's team. They weren't even at that game last year. So who the hell's about this revenge stuff, man? Come on. Cut that crap out. I don't know how you guys feel about, you know, there's no revenge. We beat a good Toledo team. Yeah, we did. That quarterback, Tucker Gleason, is going to the NFL, according to Mel Kiper. Now, I could, you know, so yeah, I mean, look, we held them to 14 points. That surprised me. Our defense was stellar. Our front 7 was in his face the whole game. If we get in this, Austin Simmons, now this kid can run. They were in the gun a lot against Georgia State. Now, they may not do that because they didn't show everything, but he was in the gun and he had problems. But look, their wide receivers were running wide open because they couldn't cover. That's how they scored 63 points. Georgia State actually put their subs in the fourth quarter when it was like 40-7 or whatever. And then it's like, oh, dude, you're putting your freshman in. And then, of course, Ole Miss ran up the score just like they did last year on 2 teams. So I think we will do well. Yes, but Toledo, let's talk about Toledo game then. Yes, our offense gets better. Yeah, our defense is good. Moving Afari, 13 tackles to inside. Look, Souls Jr. had 2 sacks. Look, their offensive. I know if you watch anywhere, and even our own podcast, is it Locked On Kentucky or Locked On Wildcats? That guy, what the hell is that guy doing? I mean, it was a close game. It was never a close game. They scored at the very end to make it look close. We ran out the clock, dude. We got some of our fans that do channels. Oh man, I can't watch. I mean, it's bad enough that I can't watch other SEC channels. Now I can't watch our own guys because they don't know what they're talking about, dude. What game were you watching? Locked On Wildcats or whatever the hell his name is, dude. Scary. We almost lost. We were in control of that game the whole damn game. At the end of the game, they scored with what, a minute left? So what? Even if they get the ball back, they're not going to score. Yeah, come on, guys. I'll do the channel. Look, I'm going to do some research. Like when Ole Miss, I'm going to have stats ready for you when we talk about Ole Miss. Ole Miss, yes, they won, but they gave up 191 yards rushing, like I said. and Austin Simmons threw 2 picks in the first quarter. And, and people talking about we're going to lose about 4 touchdowns. People there's a lot of fake people that call the radio show, the KSR show, all right? A lot of fake Louisville fans and Tennessee fans. You can tell. Now, there's some legit fans of our fans. And we just, our fan base, guys, I don't understand our fan base. They're bitching about the music. If I'm at the game, I don't care what music you play. I don't know about you guys when you go to a game. I mean, I don't really I'll be honest with you, I don't listen to music. I'm just looking at the game. But that's just me. People complain about the music and the flag was dingy or dirty or whatever. Dude, I don't see any other fan base in the SEC bitch and moan as much as we do. I don't get it. I really don't. But I mean, look, Austin Simmons didn't play well, but I listened to their post game on Ole Miss, and they don't act like that. I mean, he didn't play great, but they didn't come on there and say, "Well, he should bench him because he threw 2 picks to Georgia State." They didn't do that. Look, I understand Calzada didn't play well, but damn, I mean, it's the first game. Let's just see what happens here. Everybody fire Bush Hamden, and Bush Hamden can't call. You're going to see the video I put out tomorrow on Calzada. And it's really about the wide receivers more than it is him. They were awful. You cannot do. I mean, look, if a guy can't get open, what the hell do you want? We can't run on every single play. We might have to run on more plays. Curtis, some podcaster talks, I don't know, talking about. Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. Look, these guys roll. Once you get monetized and you get a couple thousand people, you just tell people what they want to hear. It's like a politician. You just tell people what they want to hear. Yeah, Alabama's great. Texas, yeah, Georgia. You just tell them what they want to hear. Vandy sucks. South Carolina, Kentucky. We also, yeah. You just tell people. You don't look at stats. I was watching Southeastern 16. Don't look up anything, you guys. For damn Chris Lee, man, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I hate to curse on here. Picking a 16th, and we won our damn game. Are you? God dang, these guys, they're not going to score over 24 points the whole year. Okay, guys. All right. Yeah. They don't do any research. I mean, they just roll out there and just turn on the camera. All right, we're on. Yeah, Kentucky sucks and Arkansas sucks. And wow, man, that is a lot of thought that goes into that. Jesus Christ. Then I watched the Georgia State game, guys. I watched the entire game. Their offensive line struggled. And I know it was 63-7, and they gave up 191 yards rushing. I'm going to keep saying it. 191 yards rushing. Their defensive line could not stop their run game. How the hell good do you think we're going to do against them, going against our line? I think they're going to stack the box. They're not stupid, and we are going to have to catch. Our wide receivers are going to have to play good, or we don't have a chance in this game. Put Hester in the game. He's 6'5", and he fights for the ball. The damn guy should be starting over Hardly Gilmore, if you ask me. Like I said, his new name is Hardly Open because he sure as the hell couldn't. Now, to be fair, that guy is going to the NFL. That was on him. I'll give him that. But, dude, you got to get open. And dropping that touchdown, that 50-yard pass, I mean, that was a pretty pass from Calzada. He got behind everybody, and he had 2 hands on it, and it hit him in his hands. You gotta make that catch, dude. You just get him out of there. I mean, once, and poor Rodriguez. I mean, that really hurt us right there. That's after that. Then we had a tipped interception and a safety. All right, who else is in here? I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. If you're new, hey, shout yourself out. If you're from Louisville, Tennessee, we'll take anybody. Big Ten school. We respect everybody in here. I'm a Lane Kiffin fan. I like Lane Kiffin. David Lee. I wanted Stoops to kick a 55-yard in the third. Well, that would have been a long one. That would have been I mean, look, we turned out. Look, the game turned out. Vegas had the game 28-17 Kentucky. People don't look at numbers. Okay, now they've got 31-21. Ole Miss. Okay. So that's, they don't miss a lot. But no, that game went exactly how the numbers said it was going to go. What's the total on this game? We're a 10.5 point underdog, and the total is 52.5. So, yeah, that's around, 31-21 right there. That's 31-21. I think that's what they got it. as kicking 60 yards in practice. Well, hey, we might need him to this game. Hey, don't worry. He'll get his shot. There's going to come a time. But to think that Ole Miss is going to come there, if you watch the Georgia State game at all, which people don't, they just look at the stats and they don't. I watched the entire game. They struggled. It was 60. I don't care what the score was. I watched the line play. They struggled. Austin Simmons threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter. He got nailed on one because they couldn't block. Their offensive line has 3 new players, and it shows. So, yeah. Hey, what's up, Donkey Fish? I was waiting on you, brother. I was wondering where you were at. I was asking about you in the beginning. Come on, man. We're talking about the game. I got a Zach Calzada video coming out tomorrow, and you're going to see it's really about the wide receivers. Wide receivers, I gave them a D. I'm going to tell you right now, after the game, I did my grading. You probably saw that video. Now I'm going to give them an F. After watching the second time, it was bad. I mean, there are people getting 2 hands on the ball and dropping it. We got out. Harley Gilmore didn't fight for any. Kendrick Law didn't fight for the ball at all. When the ball's in the air, look, you got to jump up and fight for that ball. The only person that did was Hester, and we need to put Hester in there. Our D-line should get some pressure. Yes, their quarterback runs. He ran 7 times. He's athletic. They were in the gun against Georgia. I don't know if they'll be in the gun against us, but he stayed in the gun a lot. Now, their receivers are running wide open. That's not going to happen. I know Lane Kiffin knows. People are saying we're going to blow him out, but if you watch Lane Kiffin's press conference today, he's focused. He understands this ain't going to be Georgia State. And you people on these podcasts, SEC podcasts, that say we don't have a chance to win. Every game we played with them, the last 3 games, comes down to the final minute. It's a 1-score game. So bet the 10. We are a 10.5 point underdog. Go bet that right now. I watched go bet it. I told you when it got down to 7.5 for Toledo to bet it. I'm telling you, if you bet, go bet that right now. I already did. Curtis, our running backs keep playing well. Yeah. Okay, guys, everybody's in here. Wilcox. Matt Jones said whatever he did is bad because he's probably off the team. That's a rumor. I don't know if it's true. Matt Jones had said it was a rumor, but the rumor is Wilcox is not going to be back. So whatever he did, he did. That's why he dropped to 4th on the depth chart about 2 weeks ago. Something happened. They're not saying what it is. I know it's going to come out, but people were asking Mark Stoops on his radio show tonight. I listened to his radio show. I listened to his press conference. He's not giving anything away, but it looks to me domestic violence. Is that what you said, Fish? Well, if it's domestic violence, his ass is gone. He's off the team. And that's a damn shame because he's a good running back. But if it is, okay, I knew Matt Jones was saying it's bad. And so, yeah, it's bad that we lose a running back because we only got 3. I mean, Patterson, that's why Patterson didn't really play. They're probably holding him because somebody's going to have to be able to practice with the team. And, yeah, I'm sure we got other running backs, but obviously. But, yeah, that's bad to lose Wilcox. Sucks. But, man, Dowdell and McGowan ran good. So, yeah, we were only picked. I think Vegas had us at 150 rushing yards. We got 225. So, yeah, we didn't hit 200 passing, obviously. But, Curtis, if we win the next game, and if we win next game is Eastern Michigan, right? And we could be 3-0. That's right. We could be. South Carolina, they didn't impress me against Virginia Tech last night. I watched a little bit of that game. People are right. Their defense is not that good. But, man, what their quarterback, that their quarterback's name, he's a really good quarterback. Lenore Sellers. Lenore Sellers is a good quarterback. He won that game for him. He just ran and did well. So, yeah. But, yeah, if we could be 3-0, that would be great. We're going to do the Ole Miss game, guys. I think it's 2:30. It's on ABC. It's 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. Right here, we're going to start at 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. We'll do a pregame show just like we did. Come and watch the game, okay? Simmons, yes. Ole Miss, important game. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's Lane Kiffin. Look, we beat him last year. We just threw a bomb, and Baron Brown went up and got it. We just don't have any receivers. Hester's 6'5". He has got to be in the game. I don't care how fast Harley Gilmore is. I don't care how fast Kendrick Law is. They can't hand fight people, and that's the problem. That's why Law didn't have a catch. That's why he got over, Calzada overthrew him. You're going to see tomorrow night on the video I'll put out. He overthrew him because he stopped on a route because he got bodied up and he just gave up on a route. It sails over his head and you go, well, damn, Calzada overthrew him. No, Calzada threw it in the end zone where he should have been. He just gave up on the route. Anthony, what's up, brother? Ole Miss will stack the box. Yes, they will. That's exactly. Sure, they will. You'd be an idiot not to do that. Now, let me say this, Anthony. Georgia Georgia State, who is awful, got 191 yards rushing. They could not stop their run game. And, okay, they were trying to stack the box on them. I watched the whole game. Yes, I did. I'm going to put a video out about Austin Simmons later in the week. You're going to see he threw 2 picks. Their O-line struggled. I don't care what the score was. I'm going to point out to you what really happened because I actually watched the game, not like some of these people that just get on here and turn the damn camera on. Yeah, Vanderbilt's not going to Ole Miss Mississippi State sucks and Vanderbilt sucks. Kentucky sucks. Yeah, thanks for watching. Curtis, offensive coordinator, is coaching for his job. Well, you know what? After going back, Van Hiles was on KSR today. They did a little YouTube video with Nick Roush and them, and he said that that he didn't call a bad game because they were out saying, why did we stop running the ball? And he pointed out that, hey, you can't run the ball. You do have to call some pass plays when you cross the 50-yard line because they're going to just start stacking the box. So he said, and I agree, the offense has to bail out the offensive coordinator. Doesn't matter what play you call. We had guys dropping the ball. You're going to see the video I put out tomorrow. I'm putting out a video. It's about Zach Cal. It's not really about Cal. Well, it is. Zach Calzada is the video. But you're going to see people. Seth McGowan had a first down, a 10-yard pass. It hit him right on both hands. He drops it. Hardly Gilmore, that touchdown pass, hits both his hands. He drops it. We fumble the ball. I don't care what play you call. And people are talking about put Cutter Boley in. What's Cutter Boley going to do? They're not going to catch the ball and they can't get open. You can put Patrick Mahomes in there. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. The wide receiver play, I gave them a D. I'm now changing it to an F after I watched the game because it was bad. I mean, Hardly Gilmore, my new name for him is Hardly Open because he did not fight for the ball. I mean, now, granted, that guy that was on him, that cornerback's going to the NFL, I got that, blah, blah, blah. That's what Matt Jones said. Look, man, you got to get open. You get 2 hands on the ball in the SEC, you better catch that ball. Don K. Fish, great pass and catch and a fumble. Yeah, Rodriguez. And then one play, who got open? Who's our Caddis. Caddis, there was one play where he had it caught and the dude came out the last second and knocked it out. And I was like, man, that was a great play by the defensive back. Or he would have called another one. Look, what did I say before? When you look at my Bush Hamden offense video, what did I say? It's tight end and running back friendly. That's the Boise State offense. That's why the tight ends are getting the ball now. Because now we have tight ends. Boyer was blocking, and then you got to cover Rodriguez. Yeah, I mean, look, it doesn't matter what play you call if, by God, you are going to drop or you can't get open. So, yeah, they have to play better. They have to bail out the offensive coordinator. That's what Van Hiles said, and I agree. You got to bail out your – and then some – hey, did anybody listen to the KSR after the game? Some moron, and I mean, you have to be a complete moron to say this. Some guy calls in and says, you have to throw your receivers open. That might be the dumbest thing I have ever heard anybody say in my life about. You definitely have never played football. How the hell are you going to throw your receivers open? They dropped the ball. They gave up on routes. Whoever that guy was, I almost called in. I knew I couldn't get in. Dude, I'd like to. What a dumb thing to say. We got some fans. We got some idiot fans. Dustin, what's up, brother? I was at the game. It was a good game. Tell us what happened. Yeah, the defense cares. Okay, now, Dustin, I got a video coming out tomorrow night. Our wide receivers either dropped the ball or gave up on routes. Kendrick Law, he was on a one-on-one, a long pass. If you remember, it looked like Calzada overthrew him. Well, I'm going to show you tomorrow night. As soon as the defensive back made contact with him, he just slowed up and stopped running. Calzada threw the ball where Kendrick Law should have been. Law just gave up. The only person that fought to get a pass was J.J. Hester. and the tight ends. Hardly Gilmore, hardly open is what I'm going to call him. Hardly catching, hardly open, didn't fight for anything. And then Kendrick Law didn't fight for him. You have to fight to get the ball. And we only have one. You got to play Stellato. I don't care, Kendrick Law. I know Stellato's his backup. I don't give a damn. Play Stellato because that guy can't catch. And that was the knock on him at Alabama. You're going to have to get him on the line of scrimmage and do a Wandale Robinson or 2-yard, 3-yard little pass. You can't have him running a long route because he's listed at 5'10". He's about 5'8". And I don't care if you're 4.4 speed. If you give up on a route, it doesn't matter. So, Dustin, I love Calzada. He can throw. Yeah, the one to Harley. We're talking about the one to Harley Gilmore, Dustin. Harley Gilmore got behind everybody, had two hands. It hit him right in his hands, and he dropped it. And I watched it again last night. When I saw it live, it made me mad. But when I watched it again and saw how open he got and how it hit him right, I mean, Calzada threw a beautiful dart. I mean, man, that was a great pass. If we'd have caught that, hell, that'd been 50 more yards. He'd have had close to 200 yards passing if somebody could catch the damn ball. And then, of course, the callback one, Dustin, the one that was called back on Hester, they said his elbow was out of bounds. He got 1 foot down. How the hell is your elbow out of bounds? I don't even understand that. What the hell was that? What do you mean his elbow was out of bounds? And then they sit there and look at it for 10, 15 minutes. Dude, if you don't see it in the first minute or two, then the ref was standing right there that called it. So I don't know why they overturned that. Addison, what's up, Addison? 40 million devastated Alabama fans. Yeah, you would think our dumbass. Well, look, all the people that call KSR, half of them are Louisville fans and are Tennessee fans, and they're faking. They're pretending like they're Kentucky fans. You would have thought we lost the damn game. That's how our fan base. I'm like, man, I got to tell you what, it just disappoints me. Our fan base, man, no other fan base does that. I listened to Alabama. I watched one of their channels, and yeah, they were upset, but they wasn't, crying like we were. I mean, damn, we won the game, and you'd think we damn lost it. I mean, Jesus Christ, that team got votes in the top 25. The Candle, their coach, if he'd have won that game, the next game he wins, he'll be winningest coach in the history of Toledo football. I mean, come on, guys. Vegas had it 28-17. That's what the numbers said. It damn near hit it. Dustin, when Dante took off, oh, man, the 79-yard, you got to see that. Oh, man, Dustin, that sounds great. Win is a win. Some teams lost. Clemson lost 2. Yeah, dude, Texas, they only scored 7 points. You think they're calling for him to bench Arch Manning? You think Texas is saying, fire the offensive coordinator. He called a horrible game. Well, you got to fire him. Well, then, hell, using that logic, everybody that lost has to fire their offensive coordinator and bring in the second-string quarterback. Every Division I team. That's what our fans think. That's the way our fans think. Is, okay, call it bad game. I just sit and David Lee, Dowdell looks like a big-time SEC back. Yes. If you're just joining us, Dustin, Wilcox is going to probably be off the team. Somebody in here said, Matt Jones alluded to it after. Somebody in here said he got a domestic violence charge. I don't know what it was, but it was bad. Sounds like he's not on the team. We're down to 3 running backs. I mean, 3 good running backs. Patterson, Dowdell, and, of course, McGowan. So, man, I hate to lose Wilcox. Hate to lose Dowdell, in my opinion, is number 1. Yeah, he is. Well, especially, yeah. I mean, he can break it. Seth McGowan, Dustin, dropped a pass. I was screaming at us to throw to the running back. He's wide open for a first down, Seth McGowan. Calzada throws it to him, hits him right in both of his hands, and he drops it. So, man, McGowan played well, though. But, yeah, McGowan did the dirty work. And then, of course, Dowdell busted that one. And once he got open, he was gone. 101. Yeah, they gave up 191 yards. Yeah, I watched the Ole Miss game. Their offensive line's not that good. Simmons threw 2 picks. These dumbasses that do these SEC podcasts, I swear to God, they don't look at any stats. They just roll their ass out of bed and get on the – we're going to lose by 4 touchdowns is what they said on SEC 6 or Southeastern 16. It's like, dude, are you fucking serious? Did you look at any game film? No. Simmons did not play well. Their offensive line did not play well, and their defensive line could not stop the run on Georgia State. You think they're going to stop us? They're going to have to load the box. Now, this is where, Bush Hampton has to earn his money. But, I mean, it's not just him. Our receivers have to get open and catch the ball. Our tight ends have to get open. We do have Wandale Robinson on this team. Miller, he's a freshman. Well, whoever he is, they need to get his ass out there because Law, I wasn't impressed with Law at all. I really wasn't. We do have, oh, good, okay. Dustin, I'm taking my 75-year-old grandmother to Eastern Michigan game. Good. Yes, it's beautiful weather next week, and that's the only night game we play. That's the only night game we play, if you look at our schedule, is Eastern Michigan. The only game that doesn't have a time is the Louisville game. All the other games are day games, either between 11 and 3. So, yeah, we just, I'll have a video coming out tomorrow night, guys. If you're new here, I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. Please subscribe to the channel. We're going to do the Ole Miss game right here, just like we did. We play at 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. Pre-game show will start 30 minutes early, so we'll start at 2 Central, 3 Eastern. Pre-game, we'll watch the game just like we did, have a chat, and then we'll have our own post-game show just like we did. Hey, RAR3, we spend all that money on new lights just to schedule one night game. I don't know. I think it's better for us, really, if teams that run the ball and don't have a great passing game. It's better, but yeah, I agree. Isn't Tennessee game not a night game? No, Tennessee is scheduled right now. Put Boley in. Somebody's saying that. Look, guys, if your wide receivers can't get open, it doesn't matter if you put Patrick Mahomes in there. Why is somebody saying that to me? That was online. Kentucky, Seth McGowan. Anyway, no, we play Tennessee. What time do we play Tennessee? Oh, let me look at my magical phone here. Here it is. We play Tennessee at 3 p.m. On the 25th of October. So, yeah, we have a couple bye weeks in there. Yeah, we play South Carolina at 3 o'clock. Georgia, 11 a.m. Texas, 3 p.m. Tennessee, 3 p.m. Auburn, 4 p.m. Florida, 3 p.m. Tennessee Tech, 12:30. Vandy, 3 o'clock. Louisville game is the only game that hadn't been announced yet. So, yeah, we're only going to play, and that's at Louisville. So we only have one home night game. I don't know what that is. Yeah, we need to beat Louisville. First thing we need to do is get through the damn season and get some wide receivers and start playing Stellato and start playing. You got to play Hester. The guy's 6'5". He's the only guy that fought for the ball. I watched every route. Nobody fought for the ball. I mean, it just – come on, man. This is the SEC. You're going to get bodied up. So, yeah, we need to fight through it. That wasn't all on the offensive coordinator. And that's what Van Heil said today on KSR is, look, dude, you got to bail out your offensive coordinator. AFIO, what's up, man? Hope Hamden, Calzada, and there's look, AFIO, I got a video coming out tomorrow on – it's about Zach Calzada, but it's really about the wide receivers. They played awful. And when I say they played awful, TCU's beating North Carolina 20-7. Sorry about that. Our wide receivers played drop passes. I mean, couldn't get open. I'm calling – look, everybody that's in here. I'm calling Hardly Gilmore. He has a new name, Hardly Open. So that's because that's what he was in the game. He was hardly open. And you know what? He did not fight for the ball. And Kendrick Law didn't fight at all. I mean, he was open on that one. It was an overthrow because he stopped as soon as the defensive back made contact with him. He just pulled up. You're going to see it tomorrow. I've got a video coming out where I'll show you some routes we ran and people two hands on the ball dropping it. So Dane Key played a good game. Yeah, he did. He won the game for him. But look, he didn't want to play in this offense and he wanted money. I get it. So look, we don't have him. We've got to play with who we got. But I sure as the hell would have J.J. Hester in there. I almost wanted to call the coaches show tonight. I didn't try it. But look, man, if I could say one thing to Mark Stoops and Bush Hampton, look, man, Stellato and Hester had to play. I know Hardly Gilmore's fast. He can't get open. He's too little. They just bodied him, and he couldn't hand fight. You have to be able, like when Hester jumped up and got that ball, even though that was an awful call, his elbow was out of bounds. Seriously, his foot came down in bounds. I don't care where his elbow was, but we got it called back. So, AFIO. Defense was phenomenal. Yes. Our defense is going to have to be phenomenal one more time. Okay, for those of you who just joined us, Ole Miss. You think I watched the entire game. Guess what? They're not that good.
They won 63-7. Let me be the first person to tell you. We're a 10.5-point underdog. Go bet that right now. Austin Simmons threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter. They could not block. He got hit. Their offensive line play was awful. They had to play them into the fourth quarter. They even said this I listened to their post-game show. They had to play the offensive line and Simmons. They were going to take him out at the beginning of the fourth quarter, but they were playing so bad as a unit that they kept him in there. They have 3 new offensive linemen, and it shows, okay? And they gave up 191 yards rushing to Georgia State. And you got dumbasses on SEC podcast saying we're going to lose by 4 touchdowns. Okay, all right. Dustin, the defense had 1 bad drive. Yeah, look, Tucker Gleason's going to the NFL. I can't believe we held in 2 touchdowns. And then we got some guy on. What's this? Locked On? Is it Locked On Wildcats? Some guy on our fan base. It was a scary. It was a close. It was never a close game. They scored at the very end with about a minute left, and we ran the clock out. I'm like, what game are you watching? People just roll on here and just don't look at the facts and don't look at the stats. And, Vegas had this game 28-17. That's about what it was. All right. We were supposed to get 200 yards passing, 150 yards rushing. We got 220 rushing and only 85 passing. But when you drop 50-yard passes and 40-yard passes because you can't catch and you can't run a route, that's not on the quarterback, and that's not on Bush Hamden. And that's what Van Hal said today. Yeah, we should have won. Yeah. I mean, look, that one turnover by Rodriguez we turned the ball 3 times in a row. He fumbled. Yeah, he got stripped, which he was carrying it like a loaf of bread. What was that, dude? You go carry the ball, and you got to wrap the ball. High school football, Pee Wee, Pop Warner. When you're about to get hit, you can't carry the ball like that. After he fumbled that ball, then Zach Calzada had a tipped at the line interception, and then he got the safety. Okay? Well, you guys are going to see tomorrow night. I got a video coming out on Zach Calzada. I also have one on Austin Simmons, and you're going to see I didn't just roll in here and start talking about however I feel today. Well, no, I actually watched the damn games, and I rewatched our game. You're going to see why we lost and why it isn't the offensive coordinator's fault. Like Van Hal said, you got to bail your offensive coordinator out. The guy from Locked On UK doesn't even follow our football team. Yeah, that guy's an idiot, Ronald Floyd. Yeah, whoever that guy is on Locked On UK, he's an idiot. I mean, you get off these people that do these podcasts, but he's got thousands of viewers. How? I'm struggling to get 500. Look, guys, if you are watching this video and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, I'm trying to get to 500. Now, this is my 6th. I'm just hitting the 6-month mark, so I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, Kentucky hates sales. Yeah, it does. Yeah. All these people that call up KSR post-game show that are Louisville fans and Tennessee fans, and they're pretending like they're Kentucky fans, that gets on my nerves. And I know Matt Jones knows who they are. You can tell. Look, I know on here by the way you type. I know we have some people in here that are not Kentucky. I can tell by the way you type that you're not a Kentucky fan. But that whatever, dude. If you want to come in here and pretend like you are a Kentucky fan, or I would never go on Louisville or any other pretend to be an Alabama fan. I just have a life and enjoy that we won. We won a fucking game here, guys. And you're going to get on there and bitch about the music and the flag was dirty. And I'm like, what? I have never seen a fan base bitch and moan as much as ours does. And, I lived in Mississippi. I lived in Alabama. I listened to the Ole Miss post-game show, call-in show, and Austin Simmons did not play great. He threw 2 picks. Did they come on there and start bitching? No. They encouraged him. Look, he's young. He'll get better. He's new. Yeah. So we just need to encourage our team. Okay. If this was the basketball team, you'd be encouraging them. You wouldn't be saying, hey, fire the coach, fire Mark Pope. No, you wouldn't say that. So let's I'm laughing my ass off. Do you think we'll ever play Mississippi State again? Yeah, we are. We're going to have 3 people in a pod, and they're going to rotate the other 6 teams. We'll play everybody starting next year. Our 3 teams, in fact, I think it's Georgia, South Carolina, Mississippi State. That's rumored to be our pod. We will play them every year. It's a rumor, but it isn't a rumor. It is, but it isn't. So that's the rumor. And then we'll rotate the other 12 teams. So we'll play everybody. Every other year we'll play Texas A&M. Every other year we'll play Missouri. So everybody will play everybody. It's going to be fair. Good question. Any takers on what, Addison? What are we taking? Uh, I like the game. I like that game back. Dustin, I can't wait off this schedule. Oh, brutal. Yeah. We don't need to be playing Georgia. You realize Texas is still number one in the power rankings? They're still number one in the power rankings of the stats, but they lost. AFO, first game jitters. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Calzada, you could tell he felt bad after the game. Now, you guys are going to see tomorrow night. I want to explain this safety to you. Okay. This is how the safety happened. It was a run pass option. Now, what you're going to see is they started creeping up, the linebackers and the safeties. They were bringing the house, and it spooked Calzada, and he changed the play. And when he did that and turned, I think he turned to his right. That dude was unblocked, and he just got him. So yeah, it spooked him. You're going to see it, and you see him start to come up, and you could see him look at him, and he's like, "Oh shit, I need to change the play." He outsmarted himself. He shouldn't have did that. That was a bad play. Safety, yes, I said that. RAR3, yeah, take the safety. Don't try and throw the damn ball up. That's 3 points or 7 points. So yeah, he did. I had to take the safety. He did that, and then our punter, our kicker, kicked that ball because that was like a punt. You can't kick off, and he punted that sucker way down there and bent them back. So our special teams did good. It's going to show out against Ole Miss. Well, I hope so. Somebody needs to show out. Our wide receivers, guys, they gotta catch the ball. They have got to get open. You're going to see it tomorrow. I have a Calzada video, and it's really about the wide receivers as much as it is Calzada. I show you routes never ran. I show you people not fighting against the defensive back, except for Hester. And I don't know why I would put Hester in the game and take Gilmore out. I don't, like I said, doesn't matter how fast you are if you can't catch the ball. Same thing with Law, 4.4 speed. And I don't give a damn. He gave up on a route. You're going to see it. And it looks like he got that Calzada overthrew him. He didn't overthrow him. Once the defensive back put his hands on him, he just gave up on the route and pulled up. It's like, dude, what are you doing? So yeah, you got to help your quarterback out. You got to help your offensive coordinator out. You can't do that. Doesn't matter what play you call if you can't execute it. Dustin, Calzada has an arm. Yeah, he does. And I know he feels bad. And that pass he made to Gilmore, guys, you saw Gilmore get behind everybody, and he saw him, and he threw. That was about a 55-yard. I watched it again. It was perfect over everybody. Hit him in his hands right here, and he dropped the ball. And I'm like, man, dude, you have got to catch that. Hester needs to stay in. Yeah. You damn right. Switch rotation. Stellato needs to be in instead of Law. I don't care if Law can block. I know he blocks and we run block. I don't care. And stop running that jet sweep where he runs behind the line, okay? Because that's not going to work. They stuffed him I think he did it maybe once or twice, and we got stuffed. So, yeah, stop doing that. I mean, come on, man. We got to make some adjustments, guys. I think we will. And Calzada will play better, but he can't catch the ball, and he can't make you run the route correctly. If you're going to give up on a route and just let the defensive back push you out of the way, well, hell, I don't care if you got Patrick Mahomes in there. Our receivers, guys, once I watched the game a second time, I graded them as a D after the game. I'm changing it to an F, okay? But let's talk about the good stuff. Where's Boyer on the run plays? I don't know, guy. Yeah, okay, now David Lee, I don't know where Boyer was either. He was not in there a lot. I think we wanted to make them cover our tight ends and get people off the line of scrimmage. So we put Rodriguez and Caddis in there because you have to guard them. That you have to watch them going out, which they did. They were wide open a couple times. So I think that's why Boyer didn't play. We really didn't need him, to be honest with you. The way we ran for 225 yards, if we do that, we'll be fine. But yeah, I don't know why Boyer wasn't in there more. Because he wasn't in there a lot, but we were trying to get the ball to the tight end. If you watch my Bush Hamden video on the Boise State offense, what did I say? It's a tight end and running back friendly offense. That's what they're trying. That's what they're trying to get the ball. Primarily, we want the running back to get the ball, and we'll throw to the tight end. We finally start doing it, and then the wide receivers screw it up. So now we got right. Now first we couldn't get the ball tight end. Now we can't get the ball wide receiver. So, yeah, we got to solve that problem. Curtis, Where was their Skinner there? I don't know. I don't think we needed him. Elijah Brown didn't play either. I mean, look, they didn't let Rodriguez didn't come back in the game, did he? I don't think after he fumbled. I mean, look, they should have put him back in immediately and shake it off. That's what John Madden talked about that when he was with the Raiders. If a guy dropped a ball, he didn't pull the guy out. He knows we dropped the ball and fumbled. He put the guy back in there. So I kind of wish we'd have put him back in there. So he'll get his chances again, Rodriguez. And Caddis leaped over that guy. That one play that defensive back made on the Caddis had a catch, and that defensive guy came in at the last second and right between his hands and knocked the ball. Man, that guy made a good play. Yeah, I mean, look, Toledo has an NFL cornerback and an NFL safety, supposedly, and they played well. But I can tell you right now, Ole Miss's defense can't stop the run. And anybody thinks they're going to come, they may come in and blow us out by 4. I don't know, but I don't see them blowing us out by 4. Vegas has this 31-21. Ole Miss, 10.5. Go bet that right now. I told you guys I won money off the 7.5. If we wouldn't have got the safety, we'd have covered the 9.5. Go bet that 10.5. If you bet, go right now and bet us to cover that 10.5 because we will cover it. Their offensive line struggled. He got 2 interceptions and he got hit a couple times. So Ole Miss kept their offense on the field in there late into the fourth quarter because they needed reps because they weren't playing well. Now, their receivers ran wide open, okay? They couldn't cover the receivers. So they got a bunch of easy touchdowns, and they ran up the score just like they did last year. They ran up the score on 2 people, and then they ran into us. You ain't running the score up on us. We'll cover your receivers, and wait till Gusta. You don't think you couldn't block Georgia State? Good luck blocking our front 7, buddy. So, yeah, I think Lane Kiffin knows his press conference today. He didn't say one word, and he's not going to. Disrespectful at all. He knows it's going to be a freaking slugfest. And yeah, we want it low scoring. You Southeastern 16. They won't score over 24 points the whole year. Hey, buddy, we might not need to if you watch the game. I know you ain't going to watch it, but if you did, if our defense plays like that, we'll be in every game. Okay. Curtis, do you think our QB for the future? Hey, that Ponatoski that Cincinnati kid threw 5 touchdowns. Go watch the highlights of his high school game. That dude, I do not know how he throws that hard. He's not that big of a guy, but man, he throws it looks like John Elway. He throws darts, and throws off his back foot and just slings it. So we got Ponatoski, and look, Boley's going to be the quarterback next year. And if Calzada doesn't come around, then we'll put him in. But it doesn't matter if you put Boley in if your wide receivers can't catch the ball and they can't get open. It's the same thing happened to Cutter Boley last year. He looked bad. Well, why? Because we couldn't, our offensive line. We fixed our offensive line, and now we need people to catch the ball. So we're just moving problems around here. So, yeah, put Stellato in there. And for God's sakes, Hester's 6'5", and he can jump up and fight. He was willing to fight people. You're going to see tomorrow night on the video the routes that were ran. You're going to see people that wanted to fight and the people that didn't want to fight. And look, this is the SEC. You've got to fight for the ball. It's a one-on-one in the end zone. You've got to jump up. You can't just, every time somebody puts their hand on you, just stop running and just fall over like you got shot. Yeah, I didn't like Kendrick Law. I can see why he didn't get a catch. He cannot, the knock on him was he can't run routes, and he definitely should never be running a long route. He should just be running stuff over the middle and short stuff and blocking at the line of scrimmage because that's all he's good at. And I know he's listed at 5'10", but he looks like he's about 5'7" to me. And I know he can run a 4.4 and bench press 500 pounds. That's fine, but you got to catch the ball and you got to get open. So, yeah. But no, yeah, David Lee. I don't know where Boyer. I'd like to see him in there. Maybe we'll see him in there more. He's not really a pass catcher. And now, if you're going to stack the box, we got to throw the tight end because God knows we don't have a wide receiver that's willing to fight to get open. If you're just in here, I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. Guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I've almost got 500. I'll be happy. I'm happy. We're going to do the game right here next week. We're going to do Eastern Michigan. In fact, we're going to do all the games except for South Carolina. Every game right here. Pre-game, every game. Post-game, after the game. If you were here, I appreciate you being here. Yeah, hey, my new name for Hardly Gilmore is Hardly Open. That's his new name. I hate to be negative, but damn, dude, you got to get open. And when you the ball hits both your hands, you got to catch the ball. Seth McGowan dropped one. That surprised me, a first down. Hit him right in the hands. You're going to see it tomorrow night. I'm putting a video out. I got a video on Austin Simmons that's coming out. I'll probably do a live on Wednesday, guys. And then Thursday, I'll show you Austin Simmons. And, yeah, Ole Miss gave up 191 yards rushing to Georgia State. I know they blew them out, and Austin Simmons threw 2 picks in the first quarter. So I'm going to show you all that. And I know they're picked to blow us out by 4 touchdowns and we don't have a chance. Yeah, let's just see. Just hold on a minute. Okay, we might have a chance. Quisenberry will fight for the ball. Well, then get his ass in there. He's a freshman. Dude, I would look at the film, and I'm not a coach. If you don't fight for the ball, you ain't going to be in there. Just like in basketball. If you're not going to shoot threes or you're not going to fight to get a rebound, you're not going to be in there. That's the way it should be in football. You can't do that. So yeah, our wide receivers play Stellato, play Hester. That guy at least fought for the ball. Practice is different than a game. Absolutely, man. But yeah, bringing in Cutter. Look, guys, everybody said bring in Cutter Boley. It doesn't matter. Go back. I'm gonna show you the film tomorrow. Guys can't get open, and when they do get open, they don't catch the ball. It hit people 3 or 4. It hit people in both hands. You got to make that catch. You can't give up on a route. And then people, Bush Hamden's horrible. If I hear that one more effing time, Van Hiles on KSR today said, you have got to bail your offensive coordinator out. You can't miss. It's like John Calipari said about free throws. You don't have to make them all. You don't have to catch them all. But you got to catch some of them. Jesus Christ. I mean, come on. It's just frustrating watching the game. I shouldn't have watched it again. I did it for you guys, but I shouldn't have, because it really upset me. When I watched it back, I was like, damn, who's the wide receiver coach? I don't even know who it is. Whoever he is, he needs to earn his money, whoever the wide receiver coach is. I'd have to look it up because I don't know who it is. But he needs to earn his money. And I think we'll play better. It all was not on Calzada. I know everybody thinks he sucked and he did that. Okay, all right. Well, you didn't watch the film. But yeah, it's not all on Calzada. You'll see that tomorrow night. I'm putting out a video. We'll do a live on Wednesday. I'll put out Austin Simmons. I already did that video. I watched the whole game. I went on their post-game show, listened to their, they know their offensive line. They got 3 new offensive linemen, and it shows because Georgia State was getting to Austin Simmons. On one interception he threw, they knocked the crap out of him. They blitzed in, they hit him. And I'm like, dude, if you can't block Georgia State, and I know they scored 63-7. If you just look at the stats, Southeastern 16, Kentucky locked on, whatever the hell you're locked on, Kentucky locked on, idiot is what it should be. Then yeah, you're going to think, well, they're going to blow us out. But if you watch the game, you go, hey, wait a minute. They ran all over them. And hey, their offensive line didn't play well. So yeah, we got a chance in this game. Yeah. Lance Dahl, thank you. Yeah. Is that his name? Look, I hate to call out somebody out by name. Lance, dude. Scared. We almost lost the game. What? Dude, what game were you watching, Lance? They scored in the last minute of the game. We were never going to lose that game. All we did was run out the clock, and they got a penalty and gave us 1st and 5. That was the game. Even if they got the ball back, were they going to have 20 seconds left? I mean, come on, Lance, dude. Pick it up, dude. And the dude's got thousands of followers. So damn. I mean, if you listen to these people, it brainwashes your ass. Don't listen to these people. Look, if you're in here, you're a fan. This is a fan channel. You can say anything you want. Look, I'm not right about everything, but I can look at, I watched the Ole Miss game. I know their offensive line wasn't that good. I know their defensive line gave up a lot, 191 rushing yards to Georgia State. Georgia State's awful. And I'm thinking, man, if they can get 191 yards, well, hell, we'll get 200 yards again. Lance is a basketball guy. Well, he needs to stick to basketball because he sure as the hell does not know football. Lance, I hate to call you out my name, brother. Look, turn your channel off until basketball, okay? There's a lot of people that just need to turn their damn channel off. If you hate football that much and you think we suck, then get your ass off YouTube. I mean, you wouldn't do that to the basketball team. Encourage them. Jesus Christ. Nobody wants to turn on and listen to somebody bitching about the music was bad and the flag was dirty. Well, who gives a shit? I've never seen a fan base. I swear to God, guys. I hate to dog us out. I listened to Ole Miss after, Simmons threw 2 picks, and I listened to their postgame show. They didn't come on there and start bitching. They were very supportive. Okay, You know, he played a little bad there, and he ended the game well. They didn't come on there and say, well, he sucks. We just bench him, fire the offensive coordinator. Come on, Texas. They didn't. Or you think they're going to bench Arch Manning? You think they're going to fire their offensive coordinator because they scored 7 damn points? No. I mean, come on, guys. It's the first game. Now, if this is the 6th game of the season, like last year, and then you're going to know, okay, then it's going to be somebody's fault. But let's play a couple games before we start giving up on people. You know, come on. First game jitters. I agree. Don K. Fish, first game jitters. Yeah, it was. Exactly. Look, Calzada felt bad. I felt sorry for him because you could tell he was sad after the game. I hope they give him a talk and, you know, pick it up, dude. Stoops said today, we're not pulling him. You're not pulling him after one game. How many times in the NFL, Tom Brady played really bad his first game? Did they pull his ass out? No, they kept. I'm not saying he's Tom Brady, but you don't pull a guy after one bad game. Nobody would ever fucking start in the NFL. Come on, guys. I mean, Jesus. Curtis, we need to give Toledo credit. Yeah, they're going to probably win the MAC. Mel Kiper has Tucker Gleason getting drafted, and he has one of their cornerbacks and one of their safeties getting drafted. So if Mel Kiper says the guy's going to get drafted, probably a pretty good quarterback. Now, you can't run out of the shotgun, guys, as I told you. I knew they couldn't run on us. Chip train them. I mean, they tried. Now, they didn't get going until that last drive. All their yards, their 90-something or 80-something yards came on that last drive, 85 yards. You know, and by that time, we were already had the game won by that time. Yeah, they had AP top 20. Yeah, and we were picked to lose. So all you people who thought we were going to lose, you know, sorry for your luck, as you saw in my video. They want us to get blown out in this game, guys. They better hope we do. Dude, if we win this game, you're going to see Tom come on here and be the happiest. I'm going to have a party on here, and I'm going to call some people out by name. And they don't care. Look, they don't give a damn as long as they get clicks. 19 people. Hey, I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. If you're from another school, we'll take anybody. We'll take Louisville fans. We'll take Tennessee fans. We love everybody. Everybody. We respect everybody. By the way, don't doubt Josh Heupel. Aguilar had an excellent game. I watched the highlights of that game. Look out, Josh Heupel. Man, that guy can coach. RAR3. If there's one thing I learned about the world society, pessimists themselves. Oh, yeah, pessimists themselves. It's a drug. Oh, yeah. Nobody wants to hear a good story. Everybody wants to see the car crash and the dead body and the dirty laundry. Don Henley, that song, Dirty Laundry. Get the widow on the set. We need dirty laundry. We need Zach Calzada playing back because that's what we want to hear. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't say shit about Arch Manning. That's what some people did. AFO. Cats gains with Tom. Thank you. I love the first watch party. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, there's 22 people. Come on in. We're going to do the game right here. Ole Miss game is at 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. Our pregame show will start 30 minutes before that. So I will come on at 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern. And then when the game's over, we're going to stay on and do a postgame show and talk about it just like we did. So pregame, game, postgame. 5 hours, guys. My voice, boy, that was tiring talking for 5 hours. And then I went into the video and graded, you know, the squad. So yeah, I talked a lot, but I enjoyed it. Blake, what's up, brother? I'll be here. Thank you, Blake. I appreciate it. Look, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button, guys. Come on, watch the game with me. If you're from another school, hey, welcome. We take everybody here. We like, you know, Big Ten. Hey, the Big Ten's kicking our ass, guys. Pick it up. You know, Ohio State, look, Big Ten. Look, and Alabama, that's over with. You know, Alabama, look, that dynasty's over, I think. Curtis, you going to lie when UK plays Ole Miss? Yes. The only game I will not be able to do so far is South Carolina. So we're going to do Ole Miss. We're going to do Eastern Michigan. We'll skip South Carolina. Then we'll do all the rest, Georgia. The rest of the time, my work schedule, I can do all 11 of the 12 games. So, yes, Ole Miss right here. It's 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. We'll do a pregame show 30 minutes early. So come on 30 minutes early. We'll talk about the game. I know we don't have a chance to win, guys. You don't know how many people want us to lose to Toledo. They were praying. They're going to be praying for us to get blown out. Please let them get blown out. You better hope we get blown out. Or Tom's going to have a good little video and good little party afterwards. And I'll just freaking call some of you out by name and you won't care, but that's all right. You know, people, we're going to get beat by 4 touchdowns. Look, it's plus 10.5, guys. We are 10.5 point underdog. I told you when the Toledo line fell to 7.5 to go bet it, and I won money on that. I'm telling you right now, go bet that. I think the points are 52.5 total for the game. So they're looking at Ole Miss 31, Kentucky 21. That's about the score they're predicting. They predicted our Toledo game 28-17. Well, it was close. Donkey Fish, I have sneaky suspicion we might win. Yeah, I mean, look, Lane Kiffin's scared. He's a little. I can say he's scared. He's concerned. He understands. He knows what his offensive line did. He knows his defense didn't stop the run against, Georgia State or whoever the hell. I think it was Georgia State. D Skinner, what's up, brother? Throw more checkdowns. Yes, crossing routes. Yeah, you know what? I agree. Keep the tight ends. This offense, this Boise State offense, that the offensive coordinator sucks and he didn't know what he's doing. It's tight end and running back friendly offense, so we will keep throwing to the tight ends. That's why we picked up the people we picked up. Week 1 and week 2 always better. I hope so. Week 2 is always better. We're better than the underdogs. 2 teams play better. Yeah, we play better. Look, it's house money. We're not picked to win. I want you guys to understand. We're only going to win 3 games. We really are only going to win 2. They effed up on that, and so we beat Toledo. That messed up. So we're going to beat Tennessee Tech and Eastern Michigan, and that's it. No way. Southeastern 16, not even going to win a game. Not even going to be able to score over 24 points. Right? So we're all these SEC and all these, even our own people. Nick Roush is starting to worry me. Damn, man, you drinking the Kool-Aid, Nick? Damn, dude. Come on. You're be a cheerleader here. I understand you got to be realistic, but come on. Look, so we're not picked to win any SEC games. None. House money. Freaking go in there and win some. Look, our offensive line played stellar, and our defensive line. When your line play is stellar, you can pull some upsets. Curtis, see Donkey Fish. We really proved them wrong. Yeah, they had us on upset alert. Come on. They were hoping and praying to God. I know they were down on their knees. Please, God, let them lose that first game. They want Stoops. Look, they want Stoops gone. They're tired of Mark Stoops. So they want him gone. And so they got him fired. We already did. If you haven't seen my funeral video or Mark Stoops, I did it a couple of months ago when I was a new channel, and it got 4,000 and almost 5,000 views. I did a funeral for Mark Stoops. Go back and watch my funeral. We have a funeral. We bury him. We say goodbye to him because they've all got him fired. I know. Blake Cummings, we will win this game. Yeah, the players hear the noise. Oh, yeah, they hear it. Curtis, do you think our defense is going to be better? Oh, yeah, it's already better than last year, brother. That pass rush, yeah. We were in his face. Look, the only reason he played bad, Tucker Gleason, is because we hit him, and we were in his face. And we did not blitz. That's one thing Mark Stoops, and they pointed out in their press conference today, we didn't have to blitz. Our 4 line, we played a 3-4, and we didn't blitz. We were in a 3-4 most of the game. Now, I don't know against Ole Miss if we can stay in a 3-4, but we might, because if he stays, their quarterback, Simmons, was in the shotgun a lot in the Georgia State game. So we may stay in a 3-4. Cam Olds had a good game. Sam Green had an excellent game. Somebody named Green came in here at the end of the game and asked about Sam Green. I thought it was maybe one of his relatives. Sam Green played excellent. Our defense, stellar. Now that one receiver, Vandross, got us finally at the very end of the game. He had about 6 or 7 catches, but we held them down. And that's a good passing team. So, yeah, our defense, stellar. Defensive line, linebackers, the back end, everybody played good. No blown coverages like last year. The last couple of years, you guys saw wide receivers not even covered and running wide open. We can't have that. We didn't do that against them. That's what worried me, is if you leave against Tucker Gleason, if you leave a wide receiver wide open, he'll find them. So we played well. All we got to do is that right there, guys. Good money for Augusta and Grace Humphrey. The people we bought on defense. Look, we bought all good players, guys. Just the wide receivers need to come around. So, one injury, yes. Gusta, he says his ankles, but he'll be able to play. Mark Stoops said today. Tweaked his ankle, should play. I forgot who the other person was. Donkey Fish, ton of offensive penalties. Yeah, we did not. We ran 67 plays, which we're not going to try to run a lot of plays, guys. That's what people don't get. We're not trying to run 80 or 90 plays because we're not trying to get in a high-scoring game. If you understand football, Southeastern 16, which you obviously don't because you know, I swear, if I hear them one more time, they only ran 60. We only want to run 68 plays. Jesus Christ, guys, do some study time. I mean, do you watch football? I listen to some of these channels. How the hell do they get viewers? I don't know, guys. I must be doing this channel wrong. I just listen to people and go, what? What did you just say? Somebody called the post-game KSR show. I want you guys to listen to this. There's 20 people in here. Some guy called the KSR post-game show and said the dumbest thing you have to about Calzada. You have to throw your receivers open. Is what this moron's. I'm gonna call him a moron, whoever he was. You have to throw your receivers open. What the hell does that mean? Your receivers have to get open. You don't throw your receivers open. What an idiot. Our fans, he might have been a fake fan. If he was a Kentucky fan, some of our fans, low IQ. I mean, I hate to say it, guys. I listen to some of our own, that guy you're talking about, Lance. I listen to that guy talking. I'm like, dude, do you know anything about football? Do you watch a game at all? When you watch a game, do you know what you're looking at? I'm not a coach, but damn. Some of our channels, man, I can't watch them. We didn't have a ton of penalties. All right, that was my rant, guys. I'm sorry. 23 people in here. I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. We'll be watching the Ole Miss game right here, 30 minutes before the game. The pregame will start. So 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. Come in here. We'll watch the entire game, and then we'll have our own post-game show. And as long as my voice holds out, and I was drinking lemon water and anything else, I lasted 5 hours, and then I did a video after that. So I enjoyed that. We're going to do all the games except for South Carolina right here. Come in here. Don't turn on Southeastern podcast and Feinbaumers. Poor Paul Feinbaum. He's about to be on suicide watch. He can't stand it that Texas lost to Ohio State. He can't stand it that Alabama lost. Yeah, acting like he's surprised and like he didn't have nothing to do with it. Yeah, dude, you freaking talked. Yeah, you said Arch Manning was going to win the Heisman and they were going to go undefeated. That shows what you know about football, brother. I'm not a genius, but and I watched the highlights of that game. So Ohio State, once again, Big Ten is good. Discipline seemed better. Yes, it did. No shit talking in between plays. No, talking crap. Just get up and go line up and play the next play. I like that. That was the Vince Marrow effect. Look, I like Vince Marrow, but that talking smack stuff has got to stop. Curtis says we should be patient with Mark Stoops. Well, hell yeah, he's the winning. There's people that just want him gone. John Summerall beat Nebraska 23-3, and he's crying because he wanted to wear white jerseys for the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina or some shit. He's got the damn mentality of a 16-year-old girl. Started whining, you're disrespecting New Orleans because you won't let us wear white jerseys. Hey, man, why don't you just shut up and play the game? And you beat him 23-3, acting like everybody's like, he's a great coach. Oh, wow. He beat a crappy team 23-3. Congratulations, brother. Yeah. Neil Brown light there. D Skinner, I was there. Fans left early, even with the win. I believe it. I mean, guys, I hate to dog out our fan base. I've lived in Mississippi and Alabama. I was around Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Alabama, Auburn fans. I listened to Ole Miss calling. Guys, after the game was over, I watched the entire Ole Miss game. I got a video coming out tomorrow, Zach Calzada and the wide receivers. Then we'll have a live. Then I have an Austin Simmons Ole Miss video. I watched the entire Ole Miss game. And before I went to bed, I got on iHeart and found the Ole Miss out of Jackson, Mississippi, and listened to their call-in show. Their callers don't call in and act like that. I mean, dude, I don't know what – man, I mean, we have got to do better. If I was a coach, I wouldn't come here. I got to be honest with you. Why would you come here? We already got the basketball school mentality, and then you go get on, which I know half the fans that call KSR are fake, okay? They're Louisville, Tennessee, or whatever fans. They're not really Kentucky fans. But, dude, leaving the game early, yeah, there was nobody tailgating after the game. Drew Franklin and them were out there. The parking lot was empty. Whatever. Okay, you know what? And then you wonder why we lose. Wonder why we can't be good in football. Yeah, you blame everybody, but, yeah, us. Go to the game. Encourage the players. Damn. Shit. And then you got people like Lance getting on talking about, oh, I'm so scared. We barely won that game. We barely won that game, brother. Are you blind? Are you like Ray Charles? Get off. Wait until basketball season. Most of our fans that are doing football just need to turn it off until basketball. Stop doing it. I mean, damn, we won the game and you'd have thought we lost. Somebody died or something. Are we having a funeral or are we having a party after the game? They didn't play Waka Flocka at the game. If I hear that one more effing time, who cares what kind of music? All you guys that go to the game, is the music that important? Every game I've ever been to, I'm not even listening to the music. I'm looking at the game. I'm looking at the sidelines. We just got some real crybaby fans sometimes. I don't get it, guys. Am I wrong? You guys that go to the game know more than I do. But, man, complain about the flag was dirty and music was bad. And, hey, did you watch any of the game? I mean, look, I know you pay that much money. You want there to be a good atmosphere. But come on. I hate the song so much. Yeah, I mean, look, you want to play the same song forever? How old is that song? Like 10, 15 years old? Curtis, when we beat Ole Miss, all the people, if we beat Ole Miss, if we were to beat them, everybody would jump right back on the bandwagon. They'd get amnesia. They would wake up and it'd be like they forgot that they shit talked Mark Stoops, and they'd be like, oh, we knew he could do it. He always plays well against Ole Miss. He's got Lane Kiffin's number. I tell you right now, he's got Lane Kiffin's number. He always plays well against them. He's always plays well. All of a sudden we'll be good again. And now they need us. See, all these people that have monetized channels have to talk about what you want to hear. And right now, what everybody wants to hear is Mark Stoops needs to leave. That's what you want to hear. Now, if Mark Stoops beats Ole Miss, we get a little bit of win streak. They're going to hear Mark Stoops is good. And that's what you're going to hear. Just like this is like politics, guys. That's what it reminds me of. You just flip from one side to the other. Yeah, I was a Republican today, but you know what? I'll be a Democrat tomorrow. Whatever side gets me money or whatever power, that's what I'm going to be. Same thing. Don K. Fish, Ole Miss is overrated. Well, look, Ole Miss is good. Lane Kiffin's a good coach. I would never say they're overrated. Their offensive line didn't play great to me. They gave up 190-something rushing yards to Georgia State. I mean, Austin Simmons threw 2 picks in the first quarter. He got hit. So, yeah, I mean, they didn't play perfect. But, look, that he's an athletic quarterback, and he ran like 7 times. So, he will run. So, and he's a lot faster than Tucker Gleason. So, we got to be careful after we beat them. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Well, I know what you're saying. You think Mark Stoops retires at UK? I don't know. I hope so. I hope he does. I mean, if he wants to coach somewhere else, if we let him go, yeah. If he wanted to coach, hell yeah, you're going to take him. Why would you not take him? He's the winningest coach. He went to a crappy school and is the winningest coach in your history, and you're not going to take him? I mean, the ACC school would take him immediately. I mean, North Carolina, they're losing tonight. So Bill Belichick was losing. I didn't check that score. They were down pretty good. What's the score of that game? TCU 34-7. TCU is, and that was like a 2.5-point game in Vegas. Bill Belichick's getting the shit beat out of him. So I guess he can sleep with his girlfriend. He goes home to a girlfriend every night, but he ain't going home to a win tonight. Good God, they are just beating the wow. And that's the third quarter. There's still 9 minutes left to go in the third quarter. So, yeah, Bill Belichick. Well, I guess they're going to have to fire the offensive coordinator and bench the quarterback, right? I mean, they're going to have to. Just fire him right now. Whoever, I don't know who it is. Hell, you got to fire him. That's what our fans think. Everybody that lost has to fire their offensive coordinator and change the quarterback and put in the backup. That's what every team in Division I should do, right? That's what our fans call in and say. Yeah, and get rid of them. Texas, you're going to have to bench Arch Manning and fire your offensive coordinator. Sorry. It's the Kentucky formula, right? I say that jokingly. I hope Mark Stoops retires here, though. Seriously. Guys, I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. If you're in here, you're new, please subscribe. We'll be doing the game right here on Saturday. We'll do the Ole Miss watch party right here. Pre-game right here, 30 minutes before the game. We'll stay on after the game, do a post-game show. And if you're from another school, hey, we take everybody. You can feel free to chat. Randy from Effin' Dogs Podcast is not on tonight. I think he's doing his own thing. We get people in here. There's been some Louisville fans in here, Tennessee fans. We'll take anybody. Big Ten fans. Big Ten is kicking our ass, guys. Big Ten's showing the SEC you're not going to be dominant anymore. RER, the entire mid-2010s was full of other SEC fan bases overreacting to rebuilds. Yeah, Butch Jones. Yeah. If Mark Stoops retires at UK, they need to make a plaque for him. Shoot, they probably need to give him a statue. The damn guy, the winningest coach, he'll never be respected here. You know what? Here's what they're going to say: we never went to the playoffs. We never won a national championship. Bear Bryant won a national championship after it was over. Years later, they say we won the national championship. But so we do have one national champion for football, 1951. Watch my Bear Bryant video, which is in my archives, and I'll give you a little history lesson. But no, it'll never be good enough for some people. There's just people that want to bitch. They just want, they don't like football because it takes away from basketball. There's people I'm finding out, there's people that like basketball, and they don't want anything taken away from basketball. When John Calipari got lit up for talking bad about Mark Stoops and people took up for Mark Stoops, a lot of people in our media didn't like that shit. They didn't like it. A lot of our fans, look, I'm friends with people. They don't even watch. My friends don't even watch football. They only watch basketball. There's no pain associated with basketball because we're probably going to be good. You try and do this right here. All of us that are real true fans, this is tough. This is hard. It's not easy. And our fans, I'm fighting our fans more than I'm fighting. I figured that, I'd be fighting against Louisville. No, I'm fighting against our own fans. Give me messages. We need to fire Bush Hamden right now. Right now? Who are you going to put as offensive coordinator after the second game? It's just ridiculous. 41-7. Joe, I don't know about that. Are you talking about we're going to beat 41-7? Because I don't think we can beat anybody. Well, I don't know if we can put 41 on anybody, brother. Are you talking Ole Miss 41-7? I would disagree with you. Vegas has it 10.5. I think we cover the 10.5. We've been close games, guys. The last 3 years, one-score games come down to the last minute. Even Lane Kiffin acknowledged that today. So, no. Bill Belichick. Oh, shoot, yeah. Yeah, I called that out, Joe. I saw that, brother. He is getting hammered, but he's got a pretty girlfriend to go home to, so it ain't that bad. I could forget about it real easy if I could, have her right beside me in the bed. Don't let my wife hear that. Now I have a beautiful wife. Been married. What year is it? We've been married 39 years. Got married at 19 and 17. That's when we got married as kids. Got married at 19 and 17. Could you imagine Paul Feinbaum if we beat Ole Miss? Well, Paul Feinbaum, he just won't bring it up. He'll blame Lane Kiffin. If we beat Ole Miss, Paul Feinbaum will not give Stoops any credit. He may give him a little. He'll blame Lane Kiffin. And listen, if Kiffin loses this game, it's his job. He's playing for his job. Because if he doesn't make the playoffs, they're going to want his ass out of there. So, yeah, this is for everything. They have to win this game, which is why there's no pressure on us. It's house money. Just relax. Run the ball right down their throat. Their quarterback is brand new. He didn't get anything confused. He's going to be confused this next week because we're going to get a pass rush on him. So, yeah, Paul Feinbaum. He's a dinosaur. They need to go. They need to shut that channel off. Josh Pate, all those people are dinosaurs. Just get them off there. Look, guys, don't listen to them. Don't go on there. Come here. D. Skinner heard some fans on their show say UK needs 5-star quarterback. Well, we have Mr. Ponatoski from Cincinnati, who is a 5-star quarterback, who threw 5 touchdowns and won and has a hell of an arm. If we can keep him, and I think we will. We need a good team, guys. Who was it? I forgot what baseball. Chuck Tanner. I figure if you guys are old, there's a baseball coach named Chuck Tanner. I think he coached Pittsburgh Pirates to a World Series. He used to say, I don't need the best players. I need the best team. Look, we don't need the best players. We need the best team. That's what we need. We're not going to get a bunch of stars like Texas and Auburn and Alabama. It's not going to happen, guys. We just have to get guys that fit a system and run that system. So like we did on Saturday. So 34-7. Yep. Lenore Sellers is a good quarterback. But, man, South Carolina struggled. He won that game at the end of the game. He took them on his back because their defense is not that good. We need to play well against them. And we just need to just quietly kick some people's ass. And don't say nothing. Don't say anything. Why aren't we talking? We don't need to be talking. First of all, guys, Mark Stoops don't need to say anything except what he said today. We're going to get back to work. That's all he needs to say. Get back to work and smash mouth the hell out of some people. Because our offensive line, we ran, the left side of our line has the two NFL players, Pete and Braun, but the right side, Farmer and those other guys on the right side. Oh, and by the way, guys, Jagger Burton got a shout out from Mark Stoops. He played great at center. And when they graded him pretty high on blocking. So, hey, hats off to him, Jagger Burton. Thank you, Jagger, for hiking the ball correct. Yeah, he snapped it correctly. So Jagger Burton was sort of the MVP of the line. So I'm glad to hear that. I did see Wilberly in there, though. Curtis need players that have heart. Yeah. I mean, look, like I said, if you're going to run a system, we need to be the Pittsburgh Steelers of the college football. The Steelers, they don't want high-scoring games. Their quarterback's not going to light it up. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to hit you right in the damn mouth. They they end up beating the Ravens like that. Ravens got a high-powered offense. Pittsburgh finds a way to beat them 23-20. That's what we need to be right there. Just play our game, play this Boise State offense. Yes, the quarterback has to play. Yes, the wide receivers. If you're new, I changed. Hardly Gilmore has a new nickname. I just named him Hardly Open. That's what I'm gonna call him because you're gonna see a video tomorrow night, guys. I'm putting out Zach Calzada offensive video tomorrow night. You're gonna see it wasn't all his fault at all. In fact, it was. After I watched it the second time, I realized it was less his fault than when I saw it live. When I saw it live, I thought, well, damn, he played awful. Then you run it back and you're like, and you watch the wide receivers and you're like, hey, you're not running. You're getting beat by the defensive back here. You got to get open. You drop a ball when it hits you with both hands. So, yeah, you're going to see tomorrow night. Watch my Zach Calzada video. I also did a one on Austin Simmons. You're going to see the Ole Miss offensive line. You're going to see he threw some picks and why he threw some picks, and they got pressure on him. So, yeah, if you didn't hear and you're just getting in here, Georgia State, they lost 63-7, but they got 191 yards rushing. And I watched the game, and their front seven struggled. Georgia State is awful, and they got 191 yards rushing. And that made me smile a little bit because that plays just like in Toledo. That plays right into our hand because guess what we want to do? Run the ball. So Lane Kiffin's going to have to stack the box. Now, they're going to have better players than Toledo. So they're going to have to blitz. They know what they got to do. We're going to have to throw the ball to some wideouts, and some wideouts are going to have to win one-on-ones. The only one-on-one I saw us win the whole damn game was when Hester, who's 6'5", jumped up and made that catch that got overturned. Other than that, nobody fought for the ball. I just sat there and watched the replay of the game. I'm like, man, we have got to play better. Randall Cobb was a 3-star. Yeah, we love Randall Cobb. Yeah, 3-star with heart. Look, you can always coach people up. You just got to get people that fit your system. I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. How long we've been going? An hour and a half. I know my voice is getting. I didn't realize. All right, we're going to go a little bit longer. We got 25 people in here. If you're new, hey, please subscribe to the channel. If you're from another school, shout it out. We take anybody here. Tennessee fans, we like Louisville fans. Tennessee played good, guys. Aguilar played. I knew Josh Heupel. I told it. A couple people in here don't doubt Josh Heupel. He had Aguilar ready to play, and that dude played. He didn't throw any picks. I knew Josh Heupel would calm him down. So Tennessee didn't play well defensively, but they can clean that up. That'll be a good game. We just need to play our game no matter who we play. So, yeah. But, yeah, if you're new, hey, we're going to do the game right here. Watch party. We're going to do the Ole Miss game. The only game we won't do is the South Carolina game. So next two games will be right here. 30 minutes before the game, pregame, and then after the game, we'll do our own little postgame show. Curtis, my game besides UK, Ole Miss. Any game besides UK and Ole Miss, you're going to watch. All of them. All of them except South Carolina. Yeah, we're going to do all of them. We're going to do all the games. If I lost my schedule, yes, we're going to do all the games. So we're going to do Eastern Michigan. We'll skip South Carolina. We're going to do Georgia. We're going to do Texas. We're going to do Tennessee, Auburn, Florida, Tennessee Tech, Vandy, and Louisville right here. So, yes, 11 of the 12 games, my work schedule. I work 24-hour shifts. I'm a firefighter, but I will be off. I just happen to have some time, and I just happened to conveniently schedule my time off around the UK game so I can be here with you guys. Because where else would I rather be than with you guys? That was a lot of fun. If you didn't watch the game, it was fun. That's just me sitting here talking and you typing, but it was fun. Hey, Jared, how you doing? We need a good week of practice. Yes, we do, Jared. We were talking about that. Yeah, we changed Harley Gilmore's name to Harley Open because I went back and watched the game. You're going to see the video like I'm telling if you just came in here tomorrow. I'm putting out video. We're going to go over the plays, and you're going to see that the wide receivers did not do anything to get open and or catch the ball. You can't do that. And then you want to blame Zach Calzada and Bush Hampton. You can't because our guys don't have any fight in them. I want to see J.J. Hester, who's 6'5". I want to see him in the game is what I want to see. I want to see Toledo in for Law more because Law can't run a route and can't get open. He's too little. I know he's fast, but yeah, our wide receivers, we got to work this out. Bush Hampton doesn't have a choice. Jared, UK 28-24. Well, that'd be a good – Jared, we're a 10.5-point underdog. Bet that right now. Bet that right now, unless you listen to Southeastern 16, who said we're going to lose by 4 touchdowns with their, awesome, they crack me up. They just come on and say whatever's on the top of their head. Yeah, they're going to lose by 4 touchdowns. Okay, dude. All right. Yeah, we need to win. Bush kept the playbook closed. I don't know. I don't think he kept it real close because we had to – they were talking about that. Van Hiles was on, who formerly player, was on with KSR today on YouTube. And he was saying that, hey, he was trying to run the passing part of the playbook because they were starting to stack the line. And you know what? You got to mix it up. So I don't know. I don't think he kept much of it because the offense, if you go back and watch I did a video on the Boise State offense. I'm not a coach, but it's a basic offense. It's centered around tight ends and running backs. So I think he may have kept a few trick plays and a few pass plays. Whatever he did in the playbook, he's going to have to change it because it didn't work in the passing game. D. Skinner, take full advantage of our strengths. Running, tight ends, right. But no, Jared, or no, Don K. Fish. I don't know. I don't think he kept the playbook closed. Obviously, he didn't call everything, but I mean, what you saw, I told you wouldn't. Did I say you would not recognize our offense? Now, that was not our offense last year, was it? Who told you that? I did. Did Lance from Locked On Stupid say that? No, of course, Lance doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Did SEC Southeast 16 tell you that our offense was going to look different? No, because they didn't look. All you got to do is a little bit of study time. When I'm in the 6th month of doing my YouTube channel, and when I come on here, guys, I mean, I'm prepared. When I come to the game, I got the offense. I'm prepared. I do stats. I got Ole Miss stats on the game. I watched Ole Miss. I'm going to come on here and try to give you – I'm not a coach and I don't know everything, but I know a little. I can watch a game and, see stuff. These people, they're trying to do too many – there's no way you can do every SEC team and know the roster. It's hard enough to do one team, and some of our guys can't do one. Curtis – we can't win one-on-ones. Yeah, one-on-ones. Yeah, and wide receivers didn't win any. I'm going to show you tomorrow night. Didn't, like I said, Harley Gilmore, hardly open. I mean, look, that guy's going to the NFL, but he was all over him. And the only guy that won was J.J. Hester, and he wasn't in the game very much. Put his ass in the game. He is 6'5", guys. He can battle. I need guys that can jump up and get the ball. Harley Gilmore, when he dropped that touchdown pass, 2 hands, guys. I want you to understand, he got behind the defense, which was great, and used his speed. 2 hands on the ball. Zach Calzada, 55-yard pass, put it right there, hit him in both hands, and he dropped it. I'd have took him out right then. I mean, you took out Rodriguez after he fumbled, and you didn't put him back in that much. Take him out. Got to get somebody in there that can run around and catch it and win a one-on-one. Because, we're going to face a lot more physical defensive backs. And if you can't get open on those guys, I mean, come on. We got to do better than that. All right. I'm Thomas. This is Kentucky Football Nation. We've been on an hour and 40. You know what? I'm going to stay on 20 more. I'll stay on 15, 20 more minutes. What's on you guys' mind? Oh, I almost kicked my microphone over there. Sorry about that. Oh, let me get that. Look, Vegas has this game 31-21 Ole Miss. That's about the score they got. It's 52.5, I think. Bet the 10.5. Bet us to cover the 10.5. I know there's people we can't win. I know. I heard it last year. And we should have won the year before that. We should have won the Levis year. So, yeah, we always play them well. They know. I could tell Lane Kiffin is concentrating. He had a press conference today. It wasn't a long press conference. But if you listen to what he said, he knows what kind of game he's going to be facing. He understands he has to play better. Just we need to stay in the game, get in the fourth quarter, and win the game. So, yeah, we need to wear them down because their defensive line did not look good against Georgia State. Georgia State, if you guys are getting in here, had 191 yards rushing, even though they lost 63-7. I watched the game, and they ran on them fairly easily. And Georgia State is awful on offense. So that gives me a little bit of hope. And Austin Simmons threw 2 interceptions. Okay? So, he's a new quarterback. Let's confuse him. I'm sure Brad White will have something. I'll tell you who held something back, Brad White. We're gonna get a chance to confuse this guy. Feel better about South Carolina? Yeah, I like Lenore Sellers, but man, their defense, didn't play well. They didn't play well. Lenore Sellers won that game all by himself. Now he's capable of doing that. That's how good he is. I think he's underrated. At the beginning of the year, I said he's one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks. He took him on his back and won that game against Virginia Tech. But yeah, it gives me hope now that, look, our front 7 is stellar. This might be the best front 7. When's the last time we had a front 7? I mean 7 guys. I'm not talking about 1 or 2 guys. When have we had a front 7? He said we played 8 defensive linemen. We played all 8 defensive linemen. We played 20 people, I think Brad White said. When's the last time we had a front 7 that good, guys, since Stoops has been here? I mean, we're good on defense. Feel about Candy Vandy. I don't know. I didn't watch their game. Pavia ran all over him. Look, Pavia's good, but look, get his ass. This team, man, we got speed, camos. We're playing a 3-4. If you try running a 3-4, Alex Safari Jr. is going to pop you. I'm glad we moved Safari Jr. up to linebacker, 13 tackles. He won't be able to beat us like he did last year by just running the ball. So, yeah, we'll be able to win that game. How about Florida? I can't tell by the first game, man. I looked at the highlights. DJ Lagway, if he gets injured or banged up, we'll have a chance against them. Their defense is supposed to be stellar, and we can't let them run the ball on us. So we need to shut down the run. I bet you this week, let's see how much. I bet you Lane Kiffin tries to run the ball as much as he throws it. Because last week they were just throwing the ball because Georgia State, couldn't cover their receivers. But let's see. I know Lane Kiffin's going to mix it up. Look, he's going to be – I'm going to tell you guys, he's fighting for his job. If he loses to us again, they're going to fire his ass. They're going to – Lane Whiffen, that's what they're calling him. He has to go to the playoffs, guys. He has a very small window left at Ole Miss, and it's starting to close. And if we close it on his ass, he's gone. He knows that. So, yeah, this is look, all the pressure's on them. Let them get all upset about that, and let's just play our game. I like Mark Stoops' demeanor. And no, we're not going to bench Calzada. And no, it doesn't matter if Cutter Boley was in the game because the wide receivers couldn't get open. And when they did get open, they couldn't catch the ball. So it doesn't matter if Patrick Mahomes is in there. Our wide receivers cost us the 85 yards passing. It wasn't all on Calzada because I went back and watched it. And you're going to see, I got a video coming out tomorrow, guys, on Calzada. You're going to see I go over some passing plays. I'll show you the routes that were ran. I'll show you why Harley Gilmore was hardly open. He did not fight for the ball, and you can't do that. And so, yeah, poor Zach Calzada. I mean, that safety was – you're going to see the safety. For those of you who haven't talked about the safety, here's why we got the safety. We were backed up, and Bush Hamden called a run play option, which means Calzada's decision on whether he wants to pull it down and go for a pass. Well, the problem is we were going to do a run play. You see everybody start creeping up. Here comes the safeties. Here comes the linebackers. They are going to bring the house. It spooked him. You could see it in his eyes. He looked around, and he pulled it out. And as soon as he pulled it out, dude, there was a guy standing right there. Bam. So that was a mistake, and I think he knew it. He was trying to do a good thing, but it didn't turn out that way. Yeah, you got to just look. If you get a safety off of handing it to the running back, that's one thing. But you can't get a safety on a drop back, okay? I don't know how you guys feel about that. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it. I don't know if I'm a GM. I tell you what, I watch some of our channels, and I don't know, man. I don't know how smart I am. There's people that just get on YouTube and just say whatever they feel like saying. Whatever sounds good. Ole Miss is winning by 4 touchdowns. We're a 28-point underdog, according to SE Southeastern 16. We have no chance, 0 chance of beating. We're not going to win any. Look, guys, we're not winning any SEC games. So, look, I'm sorry. I hate to be the one to tell it to you. That's what they said. If you have not watched my funeral video, I did a funeral for Mark Stoops. It's a little skit. We're at the funeral home. If you haven't watched it, it's been my most watched video about 5,000 times. Go back and watch it. I did it when I first started my channel. I put on a little funeral for Mark Stoops. If you want to laugh a little bit, I thought it was funny, and a lot of other people did. I did a funeral for him, and we buried him. So you can go back and watch it's in my archives, R.I.P. Mark Stoops. You'll see the little tombstone thumbnail. Go watch that video. One SEC game I've been open parking spots in your stadium right before kickoff. Oh, really? First SEC game to D Skinner. Well, I hope there's not any open parking spots this week. Our quarterbacks played good. Yes, they did. Curtis, Steven Souls is a beast. Yes, Steven Sackham Souls had 2 sacks. So yeah, Joe, UK needs to schedule non-conference against teams. Well, look, we're going to keep Louisville, Joe. Now that we have a 9th SEC game, we won't do that because now we got to play a 9th SEC game and Louisville. That's 10 games. We're going to have 2 the biggest sugary, barely FCS teams. We need to keep Murray State, Tennessee Tech, or we would do that, Joe. But man, we can't do that now. Toledo was a good team, man. But no, with you won't have to worry about it. When we add that 9th SEC game next year, we have Toledo, and I don't know who the other non-con's going to be. So, yeah, we only got 2 cupcakes now, whereas before we had 3 cupcakes. Now we're down to 2 cupcakes because we are keeping Louisville. So, yeah, that won't happen. We can't play non-conference cannot be Louisville and then Virginia or North Carolina because, damn, we got to have a little dessert in there. I mean, I like the idea, Joe, but this 9th SEC game is going to be, it's going to be Texas A&M or something. No, every year. And like I said, hopefully our pod's supposed to be Georgia, Mississippi, South Carolina, Mississippi State. That's our 3 permanent teams. We'll rotate the other 12 teams. So every other year we will play everybody. Every other year we play Tennessee. Every other year we play Texas A&M, Missouri. So I hope that's our pod. I don't know about you guys. I'm Tom. This is Kentucky Football Nation. We've been going an hour and 47 minutes, and we're going to go a few more minutes, and we're going to watch the game right here 30 minutes before kickoff on Saturday. Meet me right here. We'll do a pregame show, and then we'll do a watch party. Then we'll do a postgame show. So we'll watch the game. We're going to do all the games except one, South Carolina. Other than that, watch the game here. Don't go watch it. Don't go turn on any SEC network. Look, don't look for validation from any of the fine bombers. Josh Pate, SEC, good old boy, cousin Shane. Don't look. Those people never are going to give you validation or happiness. They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about us, and they are tired of Mark Stoops. It was a good story for a few years, but they want him gone. Just going back to being little Kentucky. We win 2 games. That ain't going to happen, guys. I can tell you right now. We are too far into this program. Mark Stoops has built a foundation here, and I'd like to see him be able to stay. I hope that's what happens. I'm calling out 6 wins. D. Skinner. Refreshing to listen to the show uses actual. Well, I don't know how much knowledge I have, but I'll tell you what. I started watching some of these podcasts, and I went, I know I'm smarter than that son of a bitch. That's Mike Ditka. He said that in a press conference. I know I'm smarter than that son of a bitch. I started watching some of our guys, our fans doing podcasts, and I went, I know I'm smarter than that son of a bitch. I'm starting a channel because I can do better than that. Yeah, I was talking to Randy of the Effin' Dogs, those Effin' Dogs podcasts, and he said, man, you got a lot of balls to take on this. And I said, yeah, I know. It's easy. My wife, why didn't you just do basketball? Well, because there's no pain. If I just basketball, it would be all sunshine, unicorns. Well, we buried always are going to be good in basketball. Try to do this right here. I mean, this is hard. What's up, Andrew? GM Night Tom. It's Kentucky Sports. Well, I don't know about that. Josh Pate and the other Hoopla. Yeah, Josh Pate's my favorite guy. Yeah. Yeah, look, dudes, I'm going to curse on here. I got to stop that, somebody's going to ask me. I think our one Georgia channel is going to ask me. I got to watch if I go on somebody else's channel. We have a great channel. So, well, thank you. This is for you guys. Look, I started a fan channel. You can say anything you want on here. I'm not right, But if you're going to be a fake fan, be good at it, okay? Because I've already kicked a couple of you off because you were so bad at it. I had to kick you off. Matthew, what's up? I don't know if I've seen you. I gave up almost every. I appreciate that, Matthew. Look, I'm gonna keep it real here. Okay, we had a bad game. The wide receivers, the quarterback, Bush Hamden. We got to do better. It's one game. Okay, one game. If we were doing this in the 7th and 8th game, well, okay, that's a different story. But yeah, I'm gonna call it like it is. And I know football is evidently. I must be a PhD in football because some of these people do not know what the hell they're looking at. D, what coach think is coming to save UK? Mark Stoops. Yeah, I mean, you're probably saying as big name. Yeah, we're not going to get it. If Mark Stoops leaves, who the hell are we going to get? You think we're going? If we try to get a big name coach, we're going to have to give him $30 million. John Gruden, we're going to have to give him $30 million. Why don't you take that I will say this about the SEC, Good Old Boy podcast. They did say this about a Kentucky football. Instead of buying Mark Stoops out for $30 million, why don't you take that $30 million and give him some players and try and keep him? That's the smartest thing I've heard another podcast say. Cousin Shane, I think that's the guy's name. Smartest thing I've ever heard anybody say. I immediately went, that's a smart thing right there. Why the hell? Let's just try and keep what we got. There's just people that they don't like football and they don't like Mark Stoops. First time I listened to your show. Well, I appreciate it, Joe. Come back. Joe, come back. We're going to do the game, Joe. Come to the game. Hey, look, Joe, subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notifications. We'll probably do a live on Wednesday. We'll do 2 during the week, and then we'll do the game. So I'll probably do one on Wednesday. I'm going to put the Zach Calzada video and the offensive video out tomorrow night. Then we'll do a podcast Wednesday. Then I'll put the Austin Simmons Ole Miss video footage out. You can watch it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. But for God's sakes, do some research before you get on here. At least I'm going to do that. I try hard to, I look at my videos and I watch myself and I go, okay, did I say that right? Sometimes I'll say something wrong. I said we played at Ole Miss because I was tired in that video the other day. StreamYard. Maybe, I don't know about having another guest, Don K. Fish. I may do that. I know you can do it with other than StreamYard. StreamYard, I don't know. I got to get to 500 so I can get all the privileges on here and get the community tab. I may do a StreamYard. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how well I do with it. I can be honest with you. I don't know how well I do. Maybe a co-host. Yeah, I mean, maybe. You want to come on, Don K. Fish? Well, I tell you what, if you want to co-host with me, we could do it off of Zoom. There's people that do it on Zoom. Somehow they do it, YouTube Studio and Zoom. I don't know how they do it. But, yeah, we might do a StreamYard. I might do that. One of you guys can be my co-host because I'm tired of talking most of the time anyway. But no, look, just trying to be enthusiastic. Don't come in here. I could come in here and start acting like this is a damn funeral. We won the damn game before I get off here tonight. Did we win that game? Did I not? I listened to our fans like, did we lose? It was as close. It was close. We won by 8 points. It was 9.5 in Vegas. It went right by the numbers. I mean, come on, guys. Look at the damn numbers. Tom, do you think Matt? Yes. Yeah, I think Matt Politowski, if he gets here, will be the starter because he can certainly throw. He has an arm. Yes, Andrew. If he comes, he'll start. Kentucky's 1-0. That's right. What the fuck? I said at the end of that game, are we at a funeral? Southeastern 16 put us at 16 in the damn power rankings in the SEC. What a moron. I got to call the guy. Well, I take that back. I like Southeastern 16. But we won our game and you put us 16? Seriously? Wonder what in your brain made you do that. I wish I could talk to Chris Lee. Hey, Chris, What in your brain is making you? We won our game, brother. We didn't lose. Ah, dang. How? What? Based off of what? I can't get any facts out. When you watch these podcasts, no facts, no logic, no. I've got the statistics right here, and this is why I think that they are because they only scored 24 points. When they scored 24 points, who did we play? We didn't play Central Arkansas, dude. Come on. Yes, the goal is to win every game, but yeah, the first 3 games would be nice. All right, guys. Look, let's do a live Wednesday night. We've been going 2 hours here, so we're going to wrap it up. Let's come back Wednesday night. Watch my Zach Calzada video and wide receiver video tomorrow night, and you'll see a little bit more of what happened as I break down. I didn't make it a long video. 10 minutes. I did several routes, and you'll see what I was talking about with Harley Gilmore, 4-star on the team. Oh, good. Oh, D on the OC. Okay, all right. D, what are you talking? Your son's the tight end? Is our tight end? Anthony, what SEC team would you rank UK ahead of? Mississippi State, Vanderbilt. Well, if you look at the power rankings now, good question, Anthony. If you look at the power rankings, the current college football power rankings, we are 34. Mississippi State is 54, and Vanderbilt is 56. So I would rank us at least ahead of those two. Louisville is 41, which is why Vegas has us winning 4 or 5 games. They had us winning the 3 non-conference games. We're ahead of Louisville and Vanderbilt. That's 5 games. That's why our over-under is 4.5 games for the season, because they're looking at the numbers. So the numbers say we're better than Vanderbilt. We don't play Mississippi State and Louisville. So we're better than Vanderbilt and Louisville, and then the 3 non-coms. There's your 5 wins. That's why. I'm a genius. I'm a PhD in football, guys. I actually looked at some damn stats. Oh, D, that's your son? Okay. Well, I want to see him play then. I know he's on the depth chart. Well, all right, D, we got players. Okay, well, then you got the inside knowledge, dude. Please subscribe to my channel and come back in here, D. But Anthony, yes. We're ahead of, according to the power rankings. Now, according to the experts, we're dead last. We're not going to win a game. We're going to win 3 games, and then Mark Stoops is leaving. He might as well clean out his desk. It's over. I had his funeral. Go back and watch my funeral video in my archives. We buried Mark Stoops. We're at the funeral home. I'm wearing black. I'm all dressed up. We had a funeral, and we buried him because he's dead, because that's what they're saying. But I'm saying, hold on a second, okay, before we start putting him in the ground. Let's see if we can keep him, okay? All right, guys. Come back Wednesday night. I'll see you here. Let's do it same time, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, Wednesday night. We'll start breaking down Ole Miss on Wednesday night, and I'll tell you why we can cover the 10.5 on Ole Miss. And I will actually have facts, and it's going to be amazing when you have facts and logic on your side, how you can do that. Do you think Kentucky will ever have a top 10? No, I do not, Andrew, not a top 10. We'd have to spend a lot of money. Well, I mean, if we do, we spend a lot of money. I mean, it's possible, Andrew, it's possible we could have a top 10, but dude, that's going to be hard. Out of 16 teams, it can happen. It can happen. I think we have once. I think one time in the Mark Stoops era, I almost said it. It's like a fan. Error in the Mark Stoops era, we did have a top 10. We were like 10th out of 16 teams. So it's possible, but man, the Texas teams, good luck trying to get players to come to Kentucky instead of Auburn, Alabama. But it's possible, man. You never know. All right, guys, listen, I'll see you Wednesday night, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. Hey, enjoy the week. We won the damn game. Would you please smile? Would you please be happy? We won. We didn't lose the damn game. And turn off all these people who do football channels that have no clue about what they're talking about. I'm not saying we're going to beat Ole Miss, but we got a chance. I'm saying there's a chance, okay? All right, guys, listen, have a good Tuesday, and I will see you Wednesday back here, and we will break down Ole Miss. Enjoy the Zach Calzada video and watch what I say on there. I'll see you Wednesday.